Kiva, good evening. The United States has celebrated its 250th birthday with nationwide events, including a series of concerts and firework displays.
The Declaration of Independence, signed in 1776, established the United States of America's independence from the colonial rule of Great Britain, with its anniversary celebrated on July 4th.
In a message to President Donald Trump and the American people, King Charles III said that through centuries of shared challenge and achievement, the two countries have built trust and a belief in liberty, the rule of law, and the dignity of all people.
He praised the UK's relationship with the US as one of extraordinary evolution and called the celebration an opportunity to pause and reflect on the remarkable journey of the US over the past 250 years.
He also said that this year marked a truly historic milestone and a moment of great celebration for Americans everywhere.
In Philadelphia, where the Declaration of Independence was signed in Independence Hall 250 years ago, there was a celebration concert featuring stars including Christina Aguilera.
Unfortunately, some of the events marking the landmark anniversary have had to be cancelled, or at least were started later than planned, as parts of the country grappled with extreme heat.
Temperatures of over 38 degrees Celsius were expected along parts of the East Coast, while thunderstorms and flash flooding followed days later.
Two other news now, and a team of firefighters from Scotland have been deployed to Venezuela to help communities impacted by two devastating earthquakes.
Gavin Brown, Ian Hodgson and Brian Richards travelled to South America as part of the UK's search and rescue operation after a 7.2 and a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck on June 24th.
More than 2,000 people have died in the tremors and tens of thousands are still missing.
The parents of a 3-year-old boy who was attacked by a crocodile have revealed that he has undergone 5 surgeries and now faces lengthy rehabilitation.
They also said the extent of their son's feeling, movement and function of his arms, wrists and hands was still unknown at this stage. They gave the update as they thanked donors who had raised some £26,000 for the family.
The boy was injured at Johnson's of Oldhurst Zoo near Huntingdon, south of Peterborough on June 18th, with his parents adding they were now effectively living at hospital.
Tensions between travellers and residents in Buckinghamshire are close to breaking point as land to live on for encampments becomes increasingly scarce.
On March 3rd, Buckinghamshire Council said it had not received a planning application but had issued a temporary stop notice ordering that no further materials or caravans be brought onto the site.
On March the 4th, a mobile home owned by members of the travelling community was burnt down overnight, with firefighters being called to put out the blaze.
As far as we know, it is currently unclear what the cause was or who was to blame for the incident, which was being treated as arson. A train driver who was killed in a crash near Bedford has passed a red signal moments before the collision, according to investigators.
Train driver Sean Burton, who was 60 years of age, died and 162 people were injured when a train coming from Corby to London crashed into the back of another London-bound train which originated out of Nottingham back in June.
The Rail Accident Investigation Branch said in an interim report that Burton's train proceeded past a red signal near the scene of the crash in Elstow.
The brakes were then activated for about 9 seconds before the collision when the train was travelling at about 76 miles per hour. Its speed had been reduced to 49 miles per hour when the impact happened. A Welsh health board has spent more than £4 million on mental health research without being able to show any direct benefits to its patients, according to an audit.
There are now demands for an outside investigation after a report commissioned by Betsi Cadwaladr University Health Board found its mental health department had funded a Bengal University research centre since 2012.
The audit discovered there had been no formal review of the 14-year agreement and costs had risen, but the health board, including a separate report commissioned by Bengal University, said there was no evidence of fraud or misconduct.
3 men accused of murdering journalist Lyra McKee in Derry, Londonderry, more than 7 years ago have been found not guilty.
Peter Kavanagh, age 38, Jordan Gareth Devine, age 25, and Paul McIntyre, age 58, faced a joint enterprise murder charge.
The 29-year-old author died after being shot as she stood close to police vehicles watching disturbances in the Cregan area in April 2019.
A collection of antique silver has sold for nearly £60,000 at auction after being found by chance in a family's attic in Edinburgh.
More than 100 silver items dating from the early 1700s to the early 1900s have been expected to fetch up to £23,000 when they were offered for sale at Elmwood's Auctioneers in London.
Members of the selling family who do not wish to be named found the items inside dusty chests, having been packed away for nearly a century, and a spokesman for them said that they're thrilled with the outcome and completely overwhelmed by the response to the collection.
Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather forecast, and we have a north-south divide here where it is wet for the north and hot and dry for the south.
Today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Please hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our Facebook and Blue Sky pages listed on the left hand side and links down below. And see you in a couple of weeks.